We are working on the creation of a Midsummer Night's Dream. It's our second Shakespeare ballet. The first one we did was in 1997, Romeo and Juliet. I'm sure you know it. So we've taken a long break, and this is our next Shakespeare ballet. This is a rehearsal. We have to finish this production by the end of October, and we're nowhere near where we need to be, as per usual. So we use every moment we can to rehearse and create. We're going to show you a few different excerpts. We're going to start with the scene right in the middle of the forest. For those of you that know Midsummer Night's Dream, you know it's a mess. There's all these different stories inside a story, but basically it takes place in two places. The town of Athens, which in our case will be Athens, Alberta. This production is set in 1951, and it is connected to a historical event, the royal tour of Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip before she became queen. They toured Canada. The timing isn't quite right. They toured in the fall. We've set it A Midsummer Night's Dream in the fictional town of Athens, Alberta. And so that's where it takes place, in town and in the forest in the Great North. So we're going to jump right into the scene in the forest where the ordinary people, which are normally called mechanicals in the play, are out rehearsing for the big event for when the royals arrive. And this is a direct translation from the play, but it was translated into the forest. As per the play, these are more bumpkins and not necessarily actors. They're amateurs and not always on top of things, but they are spirited. So we're going to start with that section, but I want to look at a few things. We will run it for you. So normally it's done in the play, it's all men, but in our version, it's updated. So we actually have a woman who is the postmistress, Mrs. Quince, leader of the theater group, and they've gone into the forest to find a quiet place to rehearse, and we're just going to take a look at the entrance when they arrive in the forest. Can we just look at the entrance? We talked about the fact that don't jump up, right? The feet go up underneath you as you move forward, and we need to get into our places. We are still getting too compacted, right? So everybody has to see you by the end. So we just go without music, right? So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. So the feet go up underneath, and bump, 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 and 1. Yeah, don't look down. Yeah, and 1, and go. Yeah, up. Yeah. And don't look back, Ilya. So everybody, yeah, so as you call them, yeah. Now, can we make sure you do attitudes when you go forward with the legs? So it's not just the legs are moving, right? But you need to make sure that we see the attitudes as you do them, right? Okay? And if we can just continue on into the next part, right? So here we go. 1, yeah. So we need to make sure that you get your legs straight, both on the front and into the arabesque, right? And again, try not to jump up. Try to just shunt, right? So again, yeah, so you're staying exactly, right? 2, right? And when you have to direct our energy to, like, this is the place, right? So make sure you look, what a great place, right? Right? And the thing is, you're looking, no one is here, you don't hear anyone, right? You really don't want anyone to see you rehearse this play, right? It's a big surprise. Perfect place, and we go, right? And again, make sure that that you get your lines, right? So that we have actually 3 lines, all right? And again, as we do this next part, it's like you have something on your head, right? A glass of water. So the legs are moving, right? So shall we give it a try, right? 1, yeah. Boom, yeah. So only until we do in the échappé do you go up. So the other part, again, it's like you're staying on one level. The feet are moving, but you're not, right? Okay, shall we try one more time? Yeah.
1, 2.
Right, good. All right. And now, again, the same thing here. Make sure that you keep your legs turned in when they're turning in, right? So, and one level, yeah, make sure that your arms are straight out, yeah, okay? And then we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, all right? Good. when we do the tombes over, can we make sure that you really put weight on the front leg? Sometimes you step over, but your weight is not there, right? So that you have to really tombe over before you jump. Yeah. And we need to make sure that legs go straight to the side. Yeah. Sometimes you go up and the leg starts floating, right? You gotta hit. No. So Ilya, you gotta go out and then back, right? So what tends to happen is you go and the leg goes back. Yeah, that's right. So we go out. Yeah. Okay. And can we just take a look at as we transition? It's getting better, but you need to keep your legs straight, right? Yeah. Here we go. And yeah. Yeah. A little bit, Eugene. You're bending your knee in anticipation. Keep right. Straight. Yes. Yeah. That's right. Okay. And we talked about yesterday, and it wasn't much better, to make sure that you do revoltas flat. If you're going to fall down, it's forward, right? And as we're rehearsing, forward. Yeah. Forward. Forward. Yeah. You feel how you're going back a little bit? Yeah. All right. Yeah. You too, Adam. Right. You're using your back, so you're going to use your tummy so that you can go up and over. Yeah. You feel how you're shifting back? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So we got to practice to keep the weight forward. Yeah. All right. Shall we give it a try and see how we do? Yeah. All right. So here's our first little section, the entrance of the mechanicals. Okay, good. Adam and Eugene, we need to just go over. You guys are on opposite, and you should be together. As we tombe over, right? So can we just, and can we just go the part before that as well? Yeah. So so here we go, right? Da 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 bum, right? And then we go, and keep going. Yeah, keep going. And so that tombe, you have to cross more, Adam. You have to step over so that you get out of sync right there between the two of you, right? Bum, 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 and, right? So the step over, boom, and over, right? Okay, let's move on to, we're going to move on because we don't have too much time. We want to show you different things. So we're not working exactly in order. The next part we're going to do is many different within the play. It's not really one cohesive play that Shakespeare wrote. It's a comedy, it's a farce. And one of the main through lines are that there are four lovers, and for various reasons, they don't end up with who they should in the beginning, and there's magic and disasters. And we're going to look at one section where we're going to work with a gentleman called Demetrius in the play, and we're going to keep that name. And he is with a lady called Helena, but he has no interest in the lady Helena. He has an interest in someone called Hermia. It's very confusing, but it will all make sense once you buy the tickets and see the show. In the meantime, it will be confusing. Anyway, the point is that originally Demetrius was very much in love with Helena, but now he's decided he's no longer in love with her and will have nothing to do with her and wants to marry Hermia. But Helena is still deeply in love, and at this point, Demetrius has run into the forest to find Hermia, who's run away with the other lover, Lysander. You can see it's very confusing. And Helena is desperate to stop him and hold on to him And we're just going to work on a little bit of this, which is very tricky, physically, especially for the ladies, to manage. So we are normally working with at least 2 or 3 couples at the same time. I love working with lots of dancers at the same time. It helps me, it helps them, and we shift partners, and that way we know that it's going to work for no matter what kind of dancer we have. And in our company, we do not hire based on height or sizes, so sometimes there will be a really short lady with a really tall guy and vice versa. And so by working with lots of different people, it becomes easy, and we make sure that the choreography works no matter what kind of person is dancing together. So right now, we're going to just look at the very beginning. And I want to look at the place where we get the jackets off and we jump on, just to make sure we work through that transition. These are the actual jackets that the men are wearing. 1951, small town Alberta. So these are the guys. They're teenagers, 17 years old, roughly. All right? So let's just take a look at the mechanics for where the jackets, because it's hard for us to work with the jackets and we need to get them off for plot things. Yeah, so can we make sure that it doesn't look so much that you're trying to take the jackets off? It's that you're trying to hold on to the guys, but the guys are wiggling their ways out of their jacket, right? That's right. Because instead of holding on to the guy, you're actually holding to the jacket, but yeah, so it shouldn't look like you're trying to take the jacket off, right? Gentlemen, you're the ones that have to, right? Yeah, right? And yeah, yeah. But it looks a little bit like you're trying to take the jacket off, right? So I think, Adrian, you have to really struggle, and so, yeah, the ladies, you have to really make it look like you're trying to hold on to them, but you happen to just get the jacket, and that's how they get out of the jackets. And get rid of the jacket as quickly as you can, and and the thing is, ladies, you have to go for the gentleman right away, right? Even as you are throwing the jacket, you need to be moving to the gentleman, right? So it doesn't become about throwing the jacket off. It just is a incidental reality. So let's try again just to see if you can get the, yeah. Yeah, good. Now, gentlemen, if you can move a little bit more, so it's just because we need to work your way up stage. Remember, otherwise you're going to run out of space later on. So as they jump, try to move up stage and around. Yeah, yeah. And keep going. Boom, that's good, yeah. And boom, yeah. All right, good. Can we just work on the after the kiss to try to get up into the reach forward, right? Where we worked on trying to get you up a little bit more so that you, so it'll do after, so go from the end of the, basically when you've fallen down, and we're going to lift up. Yeah. Yes, that's good. Yeah. And yeah, and immediately, shoom, right? And ladies, hold your cores, yeah. And yeah, good. All right. The next one we need to practice is when you do the shitties onto the back. So that the gentlemen, again, try to get the weight so that we can keep it moving. Yeah. Yeah, good, good. All right. Now, if you have any questions, it's like school, just put your hand up, and hopefully I won't miss it. And if you are online, just put it in the chat box, and somebody will draw my attention to it. So we're going to do this first part, which is when they enter the forest. Again, Demetrius is trying to find other love, which is Hermia. Helena is desperately trying to hold on to him. And we're just going to do the very, very first part because we haven't actually been able to nail it yet for the whole part. It's very hard. So we're working to build their stamina, and you'll see when you do it. So we're going to do the first quarter of this 2-minute pas de deux. All right. Good. Good. Yeah. All right. Can we just look at the part where you go around with too much speed and you need to hold your core more, because once we flip, you lose control. Right? So here, and now you have to slow her down a little bit. Slow her down. Yeah. The thing is, we're twisting a little bit too much. Keep yourself in one piece, right? And just at the very, yeah. That's it, Lydia. Yeah. Hold, yeah. Yeah. That's better. Yeah. All right. Good. Can we also do the chaîné? And ladies, gentlemen, you have to chaîné and move a little further. We're not getting enough space. So after the chaînés, if we need to, we can move. So the ladies have somewhere to go. They're holding back right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Good. All right. Great. Steaming right along. All right. So we've shown you two scenes. No questions? Anyone have any questions? Want anything to know about Shakespeare? I can make it up. So all of what you've seen is taking place in the forest, which is the world of the fairies. That's the key of A Midsummer Night's Dream, the fairy world. So at this point, we want to show you a little bit of the first fairy dance. The problem or the challenge or the interesting part of the opportunity, whichever way you want to look at it, is when you do a story ballet, on the one hand, you need to tell a story, but on the other side, there are these sections with a lot of dancing where you don't actually need to dance to tell the story because it's a dance scene. In the olden days, they used to fix it by they would have a dance scene, and then it would have like a mime scene, and then would have a dance scene and a mime scene, but today most people will fall asleep when we do that. So we're now finding ways to tell the story through movement, but then there's still scenes where they are basically pure dancing, more or less, which is a big part of what dance, of course, is. You know, the music, the movement, and it's not exactly about telling a story. It's a scene within a story, right? And so this next scene is basically one of those scenes. And we have just met in the story, we just met the fairies. There's a scene before this that leads into basically just a general dance scene that leads into the entrance of the Queen of the Fairies. So we want to work a little bit on this. The problem when you have lots of people is it takes a lot of time to clean everybody up and work as one. So they have to work as a team. They have all different timings. So we're just going to work on a few things. And I actually want to start with the 3 lines when we shift. We have a canon. So if we just go to where that canon starts, we have a line down here, we have a line in the middle, and we have 3 gentlemen at the top. Okay? So can we just go not in the canon, but all together, just to make sure that we're all together before we do the canon. So gentlemen, are you clear? We're going to all together, right? From the part will be the steps that we all do the same. So I'll go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 becomes everybody's 1, whatever it normally is. Okay, you guys ready? 5, 6. So we're already different. So you guys are starting with. So make sure your arms are the same height, right? Yeah, and you guys are starting. Are you starting a different position than them? Yeah, so you guys are going to have your arms second. And gentlemen, so if you take a look at Matt, so you're going to have to get your arms higher at the end, back. Yeah, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Yeah, so we're all going to go together. That's your 1, all of you together, right? So we can check that you're doing the same steps, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's do that again. The hesitations. You got to be right on the beat. 5, okay? So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, you should not be different here. So your arms have to go a little higher, ladies. Yeah, on the front line. Yeah, okay? So that we all have the same. Yeah, okay? Stay where you are. I'll count 5, 6, 7, 8. Count 1, and we'll pick it up. Right? You guys ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. No, we're going to have to pick it up. Right? right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so these have to be fifth positions, all of you. You're dragging your feet in, right? So you're coming from the back, right? So the first step right here, you're going to have to shunt into fifth. So let's do it and shunt into fifth, right? Still facing the corner with the arm up, right? Yeah, don't get it too high, gentlemen. Yeah, all right? Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's go from the beginning. Yeah, all right. 5, 6, 7, 8. You got to be on the beat. We're all going together, right? It's the same beat. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so gentlemen, you're slow, right? You got to. Right now, we're going together. All right, the same beat. Right? So that means that in the canon, your canon will drag back there. Okay, let's try it one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, good. Now I need you to shunt further back, right? When we do the shunt, because if it's not, I see the fifth, but I don't see the movement in your bodies. So let's do it. You've just jumped forward, and we're going to shunt back, right? Right? So we're here. So just do the shunt back now, and so you should not be jumping up and down. You should be you shunt. The shunt means that it's not a jump; it's a shift, right? Only shift, yeah. And you have to have the weight down. That's good, but you're too small, right? You can move your bumps back to help you get back, right? So you need to move at least 2 feet. At least 2 feet, right? Yes. Yeah. But you got to remember the pliés we worked on today. You drop if you're going to be able. You're going to have a problem, right? So we're going to shift back. Not enough, right? So we have to shift back here, and you counterbalance with your front, right? If you try to go in one piece, you can't go very far. You're going to fall over, right? So much deeper pliés. Yeah. And we shunt, right? That's the first one. Now, plie. Yeah, you have to, when you land, you have to use your pliés. And then you're going to shunt again. And we're going to go to the side, another 2 feet. So let's go again. Yeah, we have to travel much more. In the front, all right? You're laying the fifth. We're going to go, I go 5, 6, 7, 8, and we shunt back, all right? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2. Yeah, but no jump. So on the fifth, your fifth here, you have to shunt, right? We shouldn't see the foot picking up. I know it feels easier that way, but you have to basically shift in fifth. 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 Yeah. Fifth. You're jumping too much, Mandy, right? Your hips are going up. You have to basically, it's like somebody pushes you to the side. Yeah. Again, lean forward. You can counterbalance, right? You can move back by counterbalance. If you try to be upright, you can't move as much. All right, so that's our second shift. Side, and here comes the next one. Right? Again, you're jumping up. Shift forward. Right? So 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. You made a triangle. Right? Yeah. Yeah. All right, shall we try again? This time we'll go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, like, all right, a little under tempo. Are you guys ready? We'll see if we can move as one team. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So Ilya, you got to shunt more forward. Yeah. All right. Good. Let's continue. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4. Yeah. We can again much deeper in your plie in your hips. So that it's not just that you're shifting your feet, you're also, yeah, plie, plie, and plie, right? Yeah. So sink down, yeah. Okay? Good. Let's go from the beginning, all together. 5, 6, 7, 8, everybody goes together. See if we can do it as a team, okay? You guys ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have different counts. Who's off? Who's wrong? Who's right? Who's nobody? Maybe. What? Well, Okay. Should we have Esther count for you? Don't forget to count at pause. Well, right now we're just going together. So is there should be pause for everybody because it's a canon. So how long is the pause? 1 beat? Well, then hold 1 beat. All right?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Tassi wants to do this again. She created a solo. It looks very good, but isn't going to work as a canon. All right. Good. Let's continue. 5, 6, 7, 8, and we continue. Yeah. All right. Let's go over the step there. So we're going to switch, and the third step is with the straight leg. Where does the straight leg come in? On the third step? Second. All right. Let's try it again because we have, yeah. All right, this time Lydia would like to do it again. Yeah. Yeah. So, can we cross a little bit more here at the end and again be a little lower? All right? Let's do it with a canon now. You know your counts. Let's see if it holds as a canon. Yeah? Okay, good. Now, let's go over the gentlemen because you're not all on the same beat. Let's just do the gentlemen. The ladies, you can, you can go in the center. Yeah. All right, you got to be together, all right? So we had the 2-count canon, and then we had a canon within the canon. So you guys got, right? Are you guys, any questions? Are you clear on your counts? Ilya, you're good on your counts? All right, let's give it a try. Yeah, all right, so we're already off. Yeah. Ilya, the back arm has to be higher too. Yeah. Right here. Yeah. So make sure that you get your line. Yeah. All right. Let's try it again. Wait. Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4.
Okay, good. So just the middle part there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Let's take a look. We'll go from the entrance and we'll go to the diagonal. All right. And then we'll take some. All right. Okay, so this will be the fairy scene, the first major fairy scene. Yusei, do you want to put your hand up? Yusei is puck right now, and he's wearing shoes because he's not in super healthy form. But he's going to do the puck part for us, so ignore him in terms of dancing, but it's very good otherwise. We'll see the fairies. Here we go. Good. There's a lot of dancing in this show. There's a little bit, and they just keep going. Can we just take a look at the ladies crossing with when you put weight on you're dragging on point? You actually have to put weight on that foot. And gentlemen, while they do that, go over your camera. It didn't work up there, all right? But they'll be bored to see you practice, so just do it on your own. Yeah, so pas de chat, right? And then you're going to step drag, correct? So let's just look at this. All right, so here we go. And pas de chat. Pas de chat, yeah. So where are you putting the foot? After the pas de chat, where are you placing the foot, right? So ba, 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 dragging behind. So don't put the foot in front, right? Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 5. Yeah, so I think, Lydia, you're lifting a little bit too much. So if you take a look how they transfer the weight, yeah, if you just do it, Mandy, yeah. So she goes, yeah, so it's more of a drag, yeah, okay? Now, the first three, yes, that's it, exactly. The first three ladies were not together. Shall we try with a count? Just the entrance, just the very first entrance? Will you give us a count, Esther? Yeah, much better. Okay, we do have a question. What inspired you to choose Midsummer specifically for your new ballet this season? So most of our productions, most of what we do is funded by donors and ordinary people. We earn the most money of our box office of any company here in Ontario. And so we can only do these kind of ballets every 6 or 7 years. So these are very major investments for us, and they're fully funded by the private sector. It takes us years to raise the money. And so we have to pick very carefully what we do. We're also one of the most popular companies in Canada, meaning we perform in every province every year, and we do more dance performances than anyone else in Canada. So what we do has to resonate for a lot of people, and a third of our audiences are under the age of 18 for public performances, also a near record as far as I know for dance. So the works have to work for children, they have to work for adults, and they have to work for seniors. All have enough resources to do separate ballets. We can only do this very, very carefully. So Midsummer Night's Dream is a work that we've been wanting to do for 30 years. Because it's a beautiful, beautiful score. Felix Mendelssohn wrote beautiful music for this. It's great to dance to. But for 30 years, we've been told it's too short because the story isn't 3 hours or 2 hours. And originally, the market research said if we're going to do a Midsummer Night's Dream, we need to do another ballet, a shorter work with it, making a mixed program type evening. But no presenters want to buy mixed programs. They want a story ballet because it's what people are interested in seeing. That's what they want to pay to see. So basically, we couldn't do a Midsummer Night's Dream. But then came social media and COVID, flip, 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 flip. Nobody has any attention spans anymore. And all of a sudden, all those long ballets, now instead of being, they're saying, oh, the ballets are too long. Ballets that used to be 3 hours, we made them 2 hours. People say, oh, that's perfect. Now it's, oh, 2 hours, that's too long. All of a sudden, the world has changed, and A Midsummer Night's Dream has become a full-length ballet because it is not 2 hours. It's a shorter work. Now, this is an expanded version. We will not just do the 50-minute version that is normally done. We've added music. We will make it a real story ballet. But really, the time has come because the world has changed around us and we change with it. That's great for ballet. We always adapt. And so now we can do a work like this and people don't want longer works. We're having to start cutting down our other ballets to fit what people are interested in, the attention span. I don't know, maybe in 10 years we'll be down to 30-minute full-length ballet because that's all people can sit through. I don't know. But for right now, this is the time and place for Midsummer Night's Dream. So that's why we're doing it now. But we wanted to do it for 30 years, and now we finally get to do it. So there's some good things about COVID. Midsummer Night's Dream is now a full-length ballet. All right? So if there are any questions from the audience, we're happy to take it as well. We do get them online. We're going to move on to another scene. We're going to get to meet the scoundrel in this production, sort of. Scoundrel really is Puck, but there's another one, Bottom. Those of you that know the story, what makes A Midsummer Night's Dream, besides the magic of the sort of Midsummer Night's evening and all of the love that comes with that, is of course Bottom, who is besserwisser. He knows everything. He wants to be always a center of attention. And at the end, in the forest, he gets turned into an ass. And people love just the whole juxtaposing. And the fairy queen falls in love with him because there's a lot, remember, it's confusing. But it will all make sense when we premiere it on January the 8th. But short to say that she's gotten a potion, and the next person she sees, or whatever she sees, she falls in love with, which happens to be normally an ass. But this is a Canadian production. And so for us, it will be a moose. So she'll wake up and she'll fall in love with a moose. And I believe we actually have a prototype of the moose head. It's not finished, but it will be part of what you do right now. So with this part, we're going to look at a little pas de deux, where Titiana, who is very queen, very graceful and goddess, and all of a sudden falls in love with this creature. And of course, it's very embarrassing for her when she wakes up later. They've frolicked around. And the moose, of course, is Bottom, who is still Bottom, this kind of conniving problem dude, always will insert himself in whatever conversation there is, always knows best, and is always annoying. He's a moose, still Bottom inside the moose. So we will work the scene right now. They have actually worked with the head before, so I don't know really why we're testing it right now, but we are. So we're going to just work through a little scene of this pas de deux, and let's just take a look and see, because they have to actually try this with a head. So let's see how this goes. All right, let's just walk through the from the beginning. Now you have to kiss you got to kiss the nose. Yeah. So now you're going to have to go closer and keep kissing. Keep kissing. Yeah, all right. That's right. You're gonna have to hold it, right? So keep going. We're just gonna work through that. Yeah. I know. Yeah. So, ladies, when you do this, you don't need to show us. You can use your hand so that you don't have to Yeah. As long as we see that you're kissing the nose, it will work. Yeah. And now you got to make sure you give her space. Yeah, there you go. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Again, hold the kiss. Yep, and boom. Yep. Yeah. Okay, let's just go there. So at this point, only the kissing is a little bit of a problem, right? For the head, like you didn't run into any, there's no problem with the, great. Normally we had lots of problems and we do a bunch of stuff when we add set or headpieces or costumes. So that's okay, it's gonna be all looking like a moose when they're done with it. This is just a prototype. Okay, good. So, can we again just make sure that you get into square position, right? So yeah, make sure you get the stop, and I would still like, because of where the angle is, so yeah, yes, if we can get to there, all right? Yes, and a little pause, and then keep the space as you go around. Keep the space. Now, you see how you're coming in a little bit? Try to keep the space. So, I know it's hard. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. So you're wide, and now this becomes harder, and stay, and a little pull, and then we go. Great, great. Okay, good, good. Getting on and off the back, are we good? Should we try one more time, just to make sure you're comfortable? Yeah. 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 I think try to arc your back a little bit so you become a little bit more comfortable looking. Okay, right. Okay, so we're going to look at this little pas de deux. There's a whole scene where he makes a lot of noise, is very happy as a moose, wakes up Tiana, and of course the first thing she sees is the moose fall madly in love, passionately, more than in love, right? So we're going to take a look at that when they actually meet and they kiss. And of course, the moose goes bananas, and that's where we're going to take it from. right. Yeah, very good, very good. A little bit more time so that you really make it one I love you. Yeah, right? So it's not too fast. Yeah. Daniel, we need to land together in the diagonal. She does, right? She lands and you're going a little bit ahead of her. So we need to figure out the timing. Yeah, perfect, 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 perfect. Can we just look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Akari's favorite step? If we could move a little bit more in space and a little lower in the shunts too, right? Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, perfect, yeah, yeah. Good, good, yeah, all right, just so we get the, yeah, yeah. Ladies, when the moose is partnering you for the first, first time, make sure you don't smile. It's more like you're sick on a ship, like what's going on? He's off, over, yeah. So, yeah. Make her uncomfortable by yeah, that's it, yes, that's it. There you go, yes. That's the right idea, without the scream. Yeah, so try it again, that's it, yeah, yeah. We have to make sure they see that the moose isn't like, this is not something the moose normally does with a fairy, right? He'll get it slowly. Oh, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, and whoop, it worked. All right, good. Yeah, and remember this one, we need a little bit more off balance. I know it's hard now because you're straight. Gym time. Yeah, yeah. Okay, but the headpiece works, right? No problem. Very good. Okay, see, this is how we work. We've found out right now in front of all of you that it works. We have a question. How often do ballerinas need to buy new shoes, and does the amount change based on your choreography? Now, there's a couple of things. If you work for a ballet company like ours, ballerinas do not need to buy their shoes. The company buys it for them. But the gist of it is, how often do they need new shoes? And based on the amount of choreography, it does change. It also changes based on the stages that we're on. Hard stages eat the point shoes much faster. So we should charge them more money because point shoes cost $100 plus a pair. So hard stages cost us more to dance on because the point shoes get eaten. If it's warm weather, thank God we perform generally in the winter when it's cold, but if warm weather will make the point shoes also, especially if it's humid, they will also soften faster. So it makes a big difference. But let's ask somebody. Akari, how many shoes do you use? You're gonna have to speak to me because the mic is right here. How often do you switch shoes? Your average.
Once in 2 weeks?
Once in 2 weeks? Per 2 weeks? No, you use
1 week. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
1 week.
Who else? Somebody else. How many? Lydia, how many shoes do you wear? You can come up here. You can answer in French too. Lydia is from Montreal. She's our...
Yeah, about the same, 1 per week.
You wear 1 pair per week,
yeah,
right? So 2 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's $5,200 plus each lady. Yeah, you multiply that, but they use more than that because with shoes, they will often be dyed and they're separate from rehearsal shoes. So we're definitely more than one per week. How about Claire, would you say what's the average? 2? 1.5 per week? For just average, including performances.
Yeah, 1.5 to 2 pairs a week is
Yeah.
probably what I'm budgeting for.
All right, so 1.5 to 2 pairs a week. All right, very good, good question. Any questions from the audience before we're going to go on to our final number? You guys are happy here. All right, no questions. So we're going to go to towards the end of the scene in the forest, where Titiana has now been released from her spell by Oberon, who actually put it on in the first place, so that wasn't very nice of him. Again, it's very confusing till you see it all in action. And this is sort of the reconciliation pas de deux, because they've been fighting with each other, which is what leads to all of this. Again, a story within a story. And we're just going to do the last pas de deux that they do in the forest. It's not the last time we see them, but it's the sort of the end of the real forest scene. And this is just a traditional pas de deux. We're not doing anything funky or weird, or no moves or any of that kind of stuff. No puck. It's just straightforward dancing, but they just learned it, so it's not really in their bodies yet. And I just want to take a look at the transition when we go up over into the kiss, right, to try to really get that quite smooth. Yeah, now slower down earlier, yes. And yeah, now Risa, make sure the arm goes down slowly so that it's not waiting for him. The arm, like he catches the arm on the way down. So again, it's all in one piece. Yeah, all right. A little bit too strong, Adrian, and then it comes you still, yeah. 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 And we're not going to do the 2 steps here. We adjusted. We're going to go right into it, right? Yeah. So let's just take a look. That's good. And then, yeah. I think, gentlemen, if you could pick them up a fraction faster so we don't see them standing on point so long, it's like, and as they feel it, the foot can go immediately, right? So go, right? Just here, right here, right here, right here, right here. So blend the difference, yeah. Split the difference between, yeah. She can step on point, but I don't really want them to stand on point waiting for you to lift, right? So we have to time the, yeah. Yes, that's good, yeah. That's it. Yeah, now I don't want to see, you're going to have to smooth out that, just like, and so the foot can be the lightness. Yeah. Yeah, good. And Risa, don't forget the hands. Yeah, and I think the left hand can be a little stronger. Just otherwise we won't see it unless it's a very intimate theater. Yeah. Okay, good. Can we take a look again at when we go around and we're going to go into the step, shete, yeah, just to make sure that it's very clear and smooth as you come around. Yeah. And I think here, let's try that as you come around, if I'm going to borrow for a moment, right, as you're coming around here, use this arm so that way you'll be in sync with each other and it'll be a little smoother, yeah? Yeah, that's right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that will give you better, yeah, okay. Can we also just take a look at the fall and the drag? We need to get more of a port de bras back. So we really want to feel that you feel, ladies, that you feel his hands going down your back and of your arms. And feel that. You can go, that's good, Akari. I think you could start the the arc with the arms right away when you feel, right? It's very clear at the end, but make us see it from the beginning too. Yes, there you go. Yeah. Now, gentlemen, if you can figure out where the end of the weight is, so we don't get that and a turn, but it goes, and just as they're about to get there, you're moving them in, right? So we don't see the stop, right? Yeah. But don't rush them. You have to feel just before the end, and they, yeah, right? Yes. There you go. Okay? Yeah. Get her up. Yeah. Get her up a little bit more. So she free falls a little bit longer. You're having to go in too fast. Yeah. Okay. We're going to show this. So the challenge of these pas de deux is they're supposed to be super smooth. These are fairies. There should be nothing really complicated. So we work a lot on trying to smooth everything out, which is what we just did. Help create that illusion. Now, this is the last thing we're going to do because we're coming up at 1, and I know we'll rush out. So I want to say thank you for you for coming here. We will say thank you to George Brown for supporting the dance program. This is our 50th anniversary here at George Brown with dance, major dance programs in Canada. Really great for their support of the arts here. Coming and come out and see us either in and around Toronto if you're here, or anywhere around Canada, because we'll go cross Canada. Here it's a Midsummer Night's Dream starting on the 8th. So we're going to finish off with the pas de deux from Tiziana and Oberon in the forest. Or not.